Like and subscribe right now, and you'll have amazing luck for an entire week. Kids come in all shapes and sizes and have diverse personalities, interests, and talents. Some are so unique to the point that you won't believe they exist. Just like this snake girl and this turtle boy. But first, let's check out this girl with peculiar eyes. Number 10. Girl with peculiar eyes. Milani Dickerson was born with beautifully large round eyes. She has eyes that are considered doll eyes today. However, this also means that she has extra large pupils which allow light to enter our eyes. Its unusual size in Milani's case makes her extremely sensitive to light. This little girl suffers from a condition called Axenfeld-Rieger syndrome, which affects the development of the irises while in the womb, which is why her eyes are mostly composed of black pupils. Axenfeld-Rieger syndrome can affect both the vision and ocular health of your child. It typically affects both eyes, and in more than half of babies born with this condition, glaucoma may develop later in life. As the condition progresses, other eye issues may arise, leading to a decrease in vision or blindness. It is important to consult your child's eye doctor to monitor the progression of the syndrome and take the necessary steps to protect your child's vision. Healthcare providers typically diagnose Axenfeld-Rieger syndrome in newborns or infants upon the emergence of symptoms. This condition is linked to a mutation in the DNA sequence of your child's genes. Number 9. Girl with a clown nose. A few months before Connie's birth, there had been a small shadow on her nose spotted during ultrasound. However, the doctors reassured her parents that the baby was perfectly healthy and there was nothing wrong with her. Sure enough, Connie was born a beautiful and healthy girl in September 2008. However, 2 days after her birth, her mom noticed a raised red mark on Connie's nose. Day by day, within a month, it had grown to about 1.5 inches in diameter, and the doctors could not say what it was. The mark on Connie's nose looked exactly like a clown's red, shiny nose, neatly placed in the center. They went to different doctors in the hopes of figuring out what the red mark was, when a dermatologist diagnosed it as a hemangioma. Hemangiomas are benign, non-cancerous tumors of the blood vessels. They're made up of a mass of newly formed, abnormal blood vessels. Hemangiomas typically occur in infants and young children and often appear as a reddish-purple bump on the skin. They can also occur inside the body, such as in the liver, lungs, and spine. Connie's nose must be protected at all costs since it is composed of many blood vessels. If scratched or bruised, she could potentially bleed to death. Number 8. The girl without a nose. Tessa Evans from Ireland was born without a nose. Instead of having a nose, there is a smooth area where it should be. Unfortunately, she does not have a sense of smell or sinuses. However, she is still able to sneeze, cough, and catch a cold. She's diagnosed to have BAM syndrome. Bosma-Aurinia microphthalmia syndrome, BAMS, is a rare genetic disorder that affects the development of the eyes, nose, and related structures. It is caused by a mutation in the PAX6 gene and is inherited in an autosomal dominant manner. The condition is characterized by congenital, present at birth, absence of the nose, small eyes, microphthalmia, and absence of nasal passages and related structures. Additional features may include hearing loss, cleft lip or palate, and abnormal development of the brain, skull, and facial features. BAMS is a rare disorder, and the exact incidence is unknown. The condition is believed to be underdiagnosed, and it is estimated that 1 in 8,000 to 1 in 25,000 individuals are affected. There is currently no cure for BAMS, but early diagnosis and treatment can help to improve the quality of life of those affected. Tessa, however, remains a cheerful girl despite her uniqueness. Number 7. The 8-limbed boy. Deepak Paswan is an Indian-born boy with a rare congenital condition known as polymelia, causing him to have 8 limbs, 4 arms, and 4 legs. His family has made the difficult decision to forego schooling for him to avoid the potential for bullying. Some people in his small village in Bihar, India, treat him like a god. They believe he is the reincarnation of Vishnu, given that the Indian god is often depicted with 4 arms, each holding a distinct weapon. However, other villagers view him as the reincarnation of the devil, likely due to his extraordinary physical attributes. Deepak's story has been met with an incredible show of global solidarity, with media outlets, doctors, and researchers from across the world rallying to provide the medical attention and surgery he needed to separate from his parasitic twin. Thanks to this support, Deepak is now free from the physical burden of his twin, and his family is overwhelmed by the outpouring of love and support from around the globe. Number 6. Real-life Pinocchio. Ollie Trezise from Maesteg, Wales, was born with a rare disorder that caused his brain to protrude through a crack in his skull into his nasal cavity. At 21 months old, he had to go through multiple painful procedures to assist him in breathing and to close the opening in his head. Before he was even born, Ollie's mom noticed something. At her 20-week scan, the doctors told her the baby had unexpected soft tissue growing on his face. She was still taken aback when he was born with an enormous golf ball-sized lump on his nose. Despite his condition, his mom vowed to love him no matter what. She lovingly gave him the moniker real-life Pinocchio. In November 2014, Ollie underwent a 2-hour operation at Birmingham Children's Hospital that was a complete success. Despite the operation leaving him with a zigzag scar, the young boy remained resolutely positive, smiling, and laughing throughout. Number 5. Girl with a visible heart. Versavia Borun-Goncharova was born with an extremely rare condition known as the pentology of Cantrell, which caused her ribcage and abdominal muscles to not form properly during her mother's pregnancy. The pentology of Cantrell is an extremely rare congenital birth defect that affects the midline of the fetus in the abdomen. This condition is characterized by the presence of 5 different defects: an ectopia cordis, the displacement of the heart outside of the chest cavity; omphalocele, the protrusion of the abdominal contents through the umbilicus; lower sternal defect; diaphragmatic eventration, the absence of the diaphragm; and an anterior abdominal wall defect. These 5 defects occur in the same patient and have the potential to cause life-threatening issues, including lung hypoplasia, cardiac issues, and digestive tract abnormalities. The cause of the pentology of Cantrell is unknown, but it is thought that genetics and environmental factors may play a role in its development. Versavia, despite her medical condition, continues to be a cheerful child, not letting it affect her. She can only wear soft clothes to not damage her heart, but she never lets that stop her from living life to its fullest. Number 4. Mermaid Girl. Shiloh Pepin, born in 1999, was a small girl with a very large dream. She had a rare condition called sirenomelia, or mermaid syndrome, that caused her legs to be fused together. She had no rectum, no genitalia, no uterus, no bladder, and only 6 inches of large colon, along with a quarter of a kidney. She made headlines around the world for her inspirational story and positive attitude. She was featured on the television show The Oprah Winfrey Show and was also the subject of a documentary called The Girl with No Legs. She was a role model for disabled people everywhere, proving to them that anything is possible. Shiloh was a courageous girl who fought against all odds to pursue her dreams. She was an advocate for disability rights and worked hard to change the way people viewed disabilities. She was an inspiration to anyone who met her and was an example of what it means to never give up. Unfortunately, Shiloh passed away in 2009 at the age of 10. She was remembered as a brave and courageous girl who inspired millions of people around the world.
Now it's time for today's best pick.
Today's photo may be one of the most amazing out of all those featured today. That is, if it turns out to be true. Let's take a closer look to determine if it's real or a fraud. Number 3. Snake Girl. The 8-year-old girl, Mai Li Fai, has been making rounds all over social media with her picture. It has been alleged that she suffers from a rare syndrome known as serpentosis melionorchis, or Jingjing disease. According to Dr. Ping Lao, Thailand's top medical expert, the young girl suffers from a very rare syndrome known as serpentosis melionorchis, or Jingjing disease, which has given her lower body a distinct reptilian form and aspect. Only a handful of cases of this condition have been recorded throughout history, and the scientific knowledge accumulated around it is thus rather limited. Currently, there is no cure in sight, as reported by various online sources. This has reportedly led to thousands of pilgrims visiting the girl. However, it was later confirmed that the picture was a hoax and that there is no such syndrome as serpentosis melionorchis, or Jingjing disease. Furthermore, the top medical expert Dr. Ping Lao does not exist. Number 2. Fish Boy. A boy named Pan Jinghang from the coastal province of Wenling in eastern China has earned himself a nickname from his neighbors, Fish Boy. This is due to scaly, dry skin. The poor boy is suffering from a severe case of ichthyosis, a condition that causes widespread and persistent thick, dry, relentlessly itchy fish scale skin. It is a chronic skin disorder that is caused by a genetic mutation and can unfortunately cause a great deal of discomfort. Most people with ichthyosis have inherited a particular faulty gene from one of their parents. The signs and symptoms of inherited ichthyosis usually manifest at birth or within the first year of life.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works.
Number 1. Turtle Boy. Dieter Montevallo was given the nickname Turtle Boy after developing a large mole on his back, which weighed approximately 20% of his body weight, causing it to resemble a shell. He was diagnosed with congenital melanocytic nevus, CMN, a rare type of birthmark characterized by an abnormally high concentration of melanocytes in the epidermis, the outer layer of skin. CMN can appear anywhere on the body, but is mostly found on the trunk, shoulders, or scalp. It can be present at birth or develop over time. Dieter always found it hurtful when other people called him Turtle Boy, but in 2011, he underwent a life-changing operation to have the huge mole removed. Now, Dieter can live his life without the burden of his shell. See you guys next time!